What's up, y'all? I'm your girl Jai, here for a little quickie. I want to talk a little bit about balance, because there's a lot of misconceptions about what that really means in relation to using balance correctly in your everyday life. It's not about being 100% what we would think of as being good or positive, because nobody can be so-called good or positive all the time. I mean, it'd be pretty hard. Even someone that we may think of as being the most negative or 100% bad, it's not possible. There's got to be some type of goodness or positive in that person, even the most horrible person. It's more about knowing when to be positive or negative. And I'm using positive and negative because it's just the easiest way to explain it. One can't exist without the other one. It's about having an understanding of when to be positive or what we would perceive as being negative. It's more a matter of going with the flow. You think about water and the ocean and the waves and how they rise and fall, and how there are other elements that promote that rise and fall. You think about that and someone trying to fight against it, they would have a rough time because water is very powerful. But if one would understand and learn how to rise and fall with the waves, to flow with the different currents of the water, as opposed to saying, so you have a wave and this part of the wave goes up, and let's say that's positive, and this part of the wave goes down and that's negative. Water is not just going to go up, 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 up. You know what I'm saying? It's not just going to go down, 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 down. It goes up and down, and you have to learn how to ride that, as opposed to being a motionless weight on one side of a scale or another, positive and negative. It's more about being competent and knowing how to flow through those different waves. You may have to do something that would maybe perceived as negative if someone were looking from the outside in. But let's say that somebody, I don't know, does something to you, and you need to call it to their attention and let them know, hey, you can't treat me like this, or hey, you know what I'm saying, you owe me money, or whatever the situation is. It may be looked at as a negative situation because it's uncomfortable. It's something that you have to confront. And I hate sometimes confrontation, you know. It's just like, sometimes you feel like, why don't people just know what to do, you know? Why don't people just understand that, you know, if you, let's say it's a situation where you're borrowing money or getting money back or whatever, trying to get your money back, why don't people know, you know what I'm saying? It's common sense. If you ask me to borrow some money, then it's common sense that I expect for you to pay me back. You know what I'm saying? And if I have to confront you about it, then that creates a negative situation. But really it's a positive, because I'm an adult enough to, and I have enough respect for myself to say, hey, where's my money? You know what I'm saying? But all in all, you know what I'm saying, from the outside, looking from the outside, if someone were to see that confrontation, they may perceive it as a negative thing. Very simple situation. You may see an a senior citizen trying to cross the street and they need help, and you help them, that would be perceived as a positive thing. And you know, everybody's not going to stop and just help someone, but you know what I'm saying, that person may need help, and it may be in your spirit to help them, and you make that decision to do a positive thing. You know what I'm saying? On the same note, you may come across a scammer who seems very convincing that they need help and they really don't. And you need to have the intelligence, the balance to know, you know what I'm saying, I don't need to help this person because they're just trying to get over on me. Okay, thank you. You know, you had it right away. I don't need to be kind to this person. Being kind to somebody who's trying to scam me is really a negative, not a positive. So it's all about knowing when to activate that positive and negative energy, if that makes sense. It's not about just being good. I'm going to be kind all day. Doesn't matter who says anything to me. I'm going to be kind. I'm going to smile. You know what I'm saying? That's fine and that's great. And it's a good thing to practice, to always be kind, to turn the other cheek to people who are not being that nice, maybe having a bad day. But then there comes times when, you know what I'm saying, you need to stand up for yourself. And it may be perceived as a negative action from the outside, but really it's a positive, because you're supposed to stand up for yourself. You're supposed to respect and love yourself enough to tell somebody, hey, no, this is not right, if they're doing something that's not cool. And it's affecting you in a negative way. So that's all I wanted to say about balance. I'll talk to you all later. And yeah, have a great weekend. Bye.